Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Lorenzo, the original. Today, I decided to go ahead and share the strategy that I've been using to trade the US30, and it's helped me out. I've been doing okay with it, pretty profitable. I take losses whenever I don't follow the strategy to the T. So I advise that if you do want to use this strategy, to follow it to the T. First of all, here's my disclaimer: I'm not a professional trader. I make profit, I break even, I've blown accounts before, but since I've gotten serious, I've been doing pretty good. I advise you guys to test this strategy out for yourself, to back test it yourself and see how it works for you. I will give you the specifications on my settings and the indicators that I do use. I use TradingView and MetaTrader. I watch both charts at the same time. Excuse me. And I have all my markups and all my trend lines and everything, my support and resistance on my TradingView. So I'm looking at my TradingView while I'm looking at the MetaTrader, and I trade on the MT4 where I place my trades. This strategy that I've come up with for myself is pretty simple. But before we get into the strategy, man, I'm gonna need y'all to hit the like button for me and subscribe if you may. I'm gonna give the strategy that's been working out for me. Hopefully it can work out for you, and hopefully we can all make some money and grow together. So please hit the like and subscribe button, so that way I can get my subscribers up and I can keep continuing to give y'all some good content. I've had some requests for the US strategy, and people are telling me to go ahead and just release it. I share it a lot on Instagram. If y'all want to hit my Instagram up, it's at tha.or1ginal, at the original on Instagram. I go live a lot. I share my live trades. I share my strategy with people, and I communicate with a lot of people and try to help people out the best way that I can with what I'm learning and what I know, and we help each other out. So on my Instagram, it's just a bunch of people helping each other out. So let's go ahead and hop into it. Hit the like and subscribe button, and we're gonna hop into it. So if you can see right here on my chart, I have some moving averages. I have a baseline and a confirmation line, and then down here I have my stochastics. I use this as the third confirmation of my trade strategy. So basically this is how it works, man. I got my baseline, which is this red line right here. Then I have my secondary line, which is the blue line, and this is the confirmation for all this up here. So this is how it works. So let's just go with the trend of the day. I do trade this on the 30-minute chart. I find it to work best for me on the 30-minute chart, especially if you don't have a big account and you're trying to scale your account up. I do recommend using the 30-minute chart because it's better trades for smaller accounts to me. If you're trying to trade on a 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily charts, you need a larger account. I do recommend, and this is just my recommendation, don't take my word for it. Figure out how much your leverage is and what you're willing to risk, but I recommend a $500 account to start off with if you're trying to trade the indices. But this is my US30 right here. So basically this is how it works. Let's start with today. Last night, I called this last night actually in a group chat on Ty's Fortnite. I called it on the hour. I seen a hammer on the hour. I do use different time frames to confirm what I'm seeing on my 30-minute chart. And last night while we were watching Ty play Fortnite, I seen this hammer right here. So I came to my 30-minute chart to see what was going on, and I noticed that it was starting to go up. Now, I took my trade right here, I put my stop loss, came back and smacked me. And since it was late, I went ahead and went to sleep, but woke up and seen that all this had happened. Now, if I had opened up my trade right here and didn't have a stop loss, it would have went all the way up, but that was a risk that I could have took and lost a lot of money as well. So let's get into it. I trade off price action in my indicators as well to confirm what I am seeing and to confirm my buy or my sell. Whenever price crosses above my baseline, which is this red line, and it closes, that is an indication for me that I might be ready to take a trade. Whenever my blue line as well is crossed above the red line right here, that is my second indication. My third indication is down here, the blue line also crossed above the red line already. So I have price close above, 1, blue line crossing the red, 2, blue line crossing the red, 3. That's my confirmation to take a buy. Okay, so if I were to take a buy and I set my stop loss, let's just say at the bottom of here, it would have went up, retested, and came all the way back up to this area right here. Okay, so now let's look at the sell from this morning when the market opened up. When the market opened up at 9:30 New York time, it was up here. Now I didn't take no sell because it wasn't confirmed yet. Price closes down here. My blue line already passed through over here. The blue line passed through right here. So I had one indication right here that something was finna happen. Price crossed through and closed. That's my second indication. My third was the blue line underneath the red down here, confirming my sell. So take right there, and as you can see, it's still in the sell. And the price, of course, was got a little consolidated, came all the way down. So this method is pretty simple, man. You look for your price action to close above your baseline, which would be the red line, the blue line to cross over the red line, your moving average, and then also the same thing down here, blue crossing the red for a buy. If you're looking for a sell, you look for a close underneath your baseline, which is your red line, the blue line that crossed through the red line, and then same thing down here in your stochastic, blue line underneath the red line for a sell. Okay, it's very simple, and if you go back, you can see that it works out pretty good. Right here, close, blue line crossed through, blue line being crossed through back here, take a sell, went down. On the buy, price went up, closed, blue line had already crossed back there, the blue line had already crossed right here, it closed, take a buy, went up, and you got to choose those stop losses, man. You know, as a lot of people say, when in profit, trailing stop it. You know, if you'd have came down here, you would have still took a gain because your buy was down here. Okay, let's go back some more just to show, you know, that it does work. Price came through the red line, it closed, or it closed over here. This would have been a good time to get in. The blue line had already crossed back here, signaling. The blue line crossed back here, signaling. Came up, retested, closed above, but it came right back down. Okay. Like I said, you got to choose when to take your profit. You got to choose when to put where you put the stop loss. You know your risk management. Only you know how much money you're willing to lose or how many pips you're willing to lose. You got to figure that out for yourself, man. Me personally, on the US30, I'm willing to lose $100 as soon as I open up my trade because you're already gonna be in the negative. I follow it as it goes up. Whenever I'm 50 plus, I'm $50 behind it when I'm 50 plus. So, you know, you got to figure out how much you're willing to risk, you know, and stuff like that for yourself. Right here's a consolidation mode. As you can see, I wouldn't even probably took anything right there. Let's go back over here. Same thing. Price crossed through. It closed. Went down for a little bit, but that would have been a break-even trade right there. Depending if you were following it with a trailing stop, you could have still made some money. Let's look for this buy right here. Price came up, closed above the red line. The blue line was already crossed through. Blue line crossed through down here. Price rolled up. So it's pretty simple, man. Wait for your candlestick to close below your baseline. Wait for your second moving average line for your confirmation. Make sure all 3 points line up. Your close, your crossover, take a sell. Close above, crossover, being crossed over down here, take a buy. Figure out your stop loss, figure out your trailing stops, and figure out how much money you're willing to lose and how much money you're trying to gain off the trade. That's for you to figure out, okay? So now, y'all see that that's how it works for me, and when I follow it to the T, I make money. Sometimes I get jumpy and I'll jump in before it, and you know, it could have came down here, touched, and just really shot back up, but see, we were overbought, so it still came down. I mean, like I said, I took a trade over here, and I had my stop loss. It did come down to smack my stop loss, took me out. So I went ahead and went to sleep because I was about 1 in the morning, and I was like, I'll just wake up in the morning and catch it. And it 390 points right there. when I woke up and I seen it, I was like, man, if I'd have stayed up 1 hour, I would have caught it, because these two right here were 30 minutes. And I was like, man, if I would have jumped back in right here, I would have caught it, at least $200 gain. But this morning I woke up, seen this, and there we go right there. Okay, so now let's get to the settings, man. Y'all check this out, man, and you know, try it on a demo account before you try it with your real account, man, to see if it works for you, man. Because as I tell everybody, man, we can give you strategies, you know what I'm saying, and we can show you how we're making money, but unless you understand it and you test it for yourself and get comfortable with the method and the strategy that you get from certain people, you have to test it out for yourself so that way you can see how it works, you know what I mean, and make sure it's going to work for you. Because if not, you're just going to be saying, oh, that was a bullshit ass fucking method that Lorenzo gave us, Ty gave us, whoever, you know, Trader Nick gave us, Q-Banks, you know, that didn't work. You know, I'm not none of them guys. Them guys are killing the game, man. I'm starting to kill the game, and I'm trying to get where they at. But y'all looking up these type of videos, I'm still on that same level, man. And I'm just finding stuff that works for me, and I share it with other people on my Instagram a lot. I just started this YouTube page, and I'll just share what works for me, man. Like I said, you have to test this stuff out for yourself. Anybody can teach you something, but unless you come to understand it for yourself and test it out for yourself, it won't work for you. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the settings, man. I was talking about the baseline, which is the moving average, the red one that I have. Let's get in there. And this is this moving average right here. My setting, here's my settings. The period is at 10. There's no shift. The method is a simple. My baseline, the red line, is a simple moving average. I apply it to the close, okay? The style is red, you know, color red, okay? And that's that one. That's the first baseline. That's my baseline right there, my first moving average that y'all see right there. So let's go ahead and get to the second one. The second one is an exponential moving average. I have the settings all the same, except for right here where you seen simple on the other one. I'll open it up and click exponential. It's applied to the close as well, and I made that one blue. Your stochastics, as you can see down here, is going to be settings 1433, and that's a default setting right there. Okay, so when you open up the stochastics, you don't have to mess with anything. It's already at 1433, and you can go in and check it out for yourself. It is set at simple. Okay, I have it set at simple, and I have my levels down here. Let's open that up. My levels down here is 20. I got that fire zone stuff from Ty. I named it fire zone like he did. But anyway, that's when he was doing the gold. It didn't so much work out for me on the gold, but it's working out for me on this one right here because I have other indicators that work with it. Now, I know a lot of people, one of my boys must have woke up to a gain. He took that trade last night. So, the 20 and the 80, okay, that's the oversold zone, overbought zone, you know what I mean? But I don't really use it for that because, all right, I'm going to have to check him out right now. He must have woke up to some good money. These are on his demo account. All right, cool. I'm going to check you out in a minute. So look, check it out. So let me go back to that. Oh, come on, buddy. I'm trying to do a video. All right, so look, what I'm saying about the, I don't really pay attention to the oversold and overbought. I just look for my crossovers right here. Let me show you. I just look for the crossover matchups right here. One crossover up here. The crossover down here, confirm my buy. I don't look for the overbought, oversold, because as you can see, it can ride the oversold for a long time. It can ride the overbought for a long time. I look for the crossover, and my moving averages and the crossover and the stochastics matching up. The price close above or below. They all need to be going the same way in order to take your sell or your buy. So those are the settings. This is what I use to trade my US30, man. Y'all test it out for yourselves. Y'all check it out. Y'all tell me, let me know how it works for you. Hit me up on Instagram and let me know if you like the little setup and strategy I got going. And y'all just tell me if it's working out for y'all. Test it out first, man. And do me a favor, like, subscribe, and if you gain something from this video and if you think it was useful, please share it, and please go add me on Instagram at the original. That is THAOR1GINAL, and let me know how this works for you. Let's link up, man. Let's work. Let's share some knowledge, man, and let's trade and get this money, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm out.